Those of you who feel that Apple has more things to announce, you're right, but there's a catch. Because yes, a new Ming-Chi Kuo report gives us some idea on what Apple is launching next, but the timing is the hard part. It looks like some of the iPhone 13s are getting an even smaller battery than the 12 because it seems that Apple is up to its old antics. And don't worry, if you're already hating the new changes to Instagram, you're not alone. I'm Jaime Rivera, and yes, no worries, Diego is here. He will be editing the daily going forward. He says I've been doing a terrible job. You be the judge in the comments. This is Pocketnow Daily, sponsored by Subcase. Stick around to learn how you can win an iPhone 12 Pro Max or an iPhone 12 Mini. The official news today begin with deals, and I seriously need to figure out another way to introduce this segment going forward, according to my editor. Anyways, let's end the week with some Galaxy Note 20 deals, because why not? The Note 20 Ultra is currently $200 off on Amazon, leaving the 128GB variant for $1,100. And yes, this is the US Snapdragon variant. The Galaxy S20 is also getting $200 in deals. That leaves the regular S20 for $800, but you'll have to go for the Cloud Pink colorway, which is not bad. But then moving on to B&H, the Galaxy Note 10, which is still a pretty good buy, is down $250 from the original price tag, leaving it at $700 shipped. Finally, the Microsoft Surface Laptop Go is $150 off, leaving that at $759 for the entry-level model. We have more deals on Galaxy Notes, Razer peripherals, and others in the links in the description. Now, to continue on with the official news, let's move on to a positive note and talk about YouTube and your favorite video of the year. Sarcasm intended. The company took to Twitter yesterday to announce that we won't be getting a YouTube Rewind this year. They posted a picture explaining how 2020 has been a different year, and they don't feel like they should treat it like it wasn't so. They're taking a break this year. They also said a lot of good was made this year as creators found ways to switch things up and cheer people, so they thanked them for making a difference. Now, we know that the Rewind isn't necessarily people's favorite video, but I kind of agree that YouTube is taking the right position. But like, seriously, can you name any particular YouTube Rewind that you actually liked? Because for me, it's been none. Like, seriously, none. Now, how about if we talk about Samsung and, well, let's discuss their Exynos platform. No, the company's not abandoning it. And it makes sense for the company not to if you consider the success that Apple is having with Apple Silicon. Now let's discuss the company's interesting move. Samsung has announced their Exynos 1080 processor, but before you roll your eyes at me, hold it. This actually seems to be the first Exynos worth talking about, even if it's designed for mid-rangers, but it actually follows on the 5nm process that's making Apple Silicon look so good right now. Exynos 1080 powered smartphones can support up to Quad HD Plus resolution, displays with 90Hz refresh rate, or Full HD Plus resolution at up to 144 Hz. As for cameras, it supports up to 200 megapixels in the single camera, or 32 megapixels per 32 megapixels in the dual camera setup, or a maximum of 6 cameras, actually, but then that's another number that I'm not going to dig into. It also supports HDR10 Plus and 4K at 60 frames per second and decoding with HEVC. So yes, technically the chip is more modern and probably technically a bit more powerful and efficient than what we currently have on Galaxy flagships, but let's wait and see what the company does going forward with products. Now let's move on to what used to be my favorite social network up until Facebook bought it. Because that's exactly what Facebook does with things. If you're a fan of Instagram, things are changing again, and not for the good. Like, seriously, can't Facebook just leave this thing alone? The company just announced a new update yesterday, which is currently rolling out to users. I actually got it a few days ago. But anyways, basically, they are now prioritizing Reels and the shop by moving the likes and posts to the sections at the top right. Imagine those of you using a phablet next to the direct messages, and now you get Reels at the center and then the shop where the likes used to be. Both of these features have been part of Instagram for quite some time, but it looks like they really are trying to push it on you now. Instagram has released other major updates this year, like switching to Facebook Messenger for DMs or adding suggested posts to the feed. So far, reception has not been great. And I really doubt that people are interested in anything that has to do with the shop, but anyways. We'll see how it works out for them, because seriously, my favorite social network, which used to be for photography, is now turning into a mall, pretty much. Now let's talk about iPhones, as yes, today is iPhone Day Part 2. Yes, we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the Petite 12 Mini right here. Don't worry, we've got content coming soon. We're currently working on our first impressions, but I think that it's rather interesting to see what Apple is doing, particularly when it comes to battery life. The 11 had great battery life because they finally caved and gave us bigger batteries. Thing is, they shrunk it with the 12, and it sort of makes sense with the 5nm architecture in the new chips. Well, according to a new Ming-Chi Kuo report, they will be shrinking them again next year. He claims that Cupertino will be using a new battery softboard technology for the 13 and the 13 Mini. This technology helps them save internal space and reduce costs because they have fewer layers that they currently get, and maybe that makes iPhone slimmer, or in the case they want to bring back the headphone jack, which we know is not going to happen. Sadly, this means that Apple is going back to the days where they prioritize slimmer phones over good battery life. Another factor could be the LTPO display will reportedly be getting, and that apparently these will draw less power. Let's just hope they don't pull an Apple Watch Series 5 on that. So far, my experience with the regular 12 and 12 Pro was okay when it came to endurance. Can't wait to test out this 12 Pro Max and obviously the 12 Mini, but let's hope that at some point, whatever Apple is doing actually makes common sense, for the consumer at least. And guys, we have partnered with today's sponsor, Subcase, for two major reasons. The first one being that they do offer some of the best and most affordable cases in the market. Those of you looking for a full rugged experience, there's the award-winning UB Pro, made of a high-quality hard polycarbonate and shock-absorbing TPU. You get all the texture and grip you need along with 20-foot drop resistance, and I really doubt that you'll find a better quality solution that includes a kickstand and a belt holster for just $20 on Amazon. Then there's my favorite, the new UB Vault, made of a shock-absorbent TPU material with a carbon fiber texture and a wraparound bumper that offers ultimate drop protection, along with a built-in credit card holder. Simply search iPhone 12 case by Subcase on Amazon to find their options. Second, because they are giving away an iPhone 12, and the giveaway is almost over, so follow the link in the description, enter promo code Pocketnow100, that'll give you an extra 100 entries to participate. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with the products that Apple did not launch this year, or has not launched yet, as yes, you have to acknowledge that there were a ton of products that were rumored that didn't pretty much see the light of day. And once you've got Ming-Chi Kuo in part of the predictions and timing and everything, we totally have to cover it. Well, let's begin with the latest developer beta for iOS 14.3, which reveals some interesting things. A developer shared on Twitter a new pairing screen video for a Find My application in this beta, where there's a magnifying glass that swivels across over-the-ear headphones. Now, there's no secret that before Apple launches a product, an icon of it pops up around somewhere, so it looks like we could finally be getting these AirPods Studios, but according to Prosser, those are significantly delayed. But now moving back to Ming-Chi Kuo, his latest research note gives us information on what Apple plans to do on the first half of 2021. The note mentions that the components destined for the mini LED iPad will be mass-produced for the first half of 2021. Now, we're expecting 3 different iPads with mini LED displays, and this one should actually be the iPad mini or the regular 10.2 iPad, as the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is actually slated until Q4 next year. Now, moving back to AirPods, he also claims that Cupertino is working on a 3rd generation of AirPods, which will also go into mass production in the first half of 2021. These will reportedly get a new design to look more like the Pros, but they'll stick to other features that are not A and C, for example. If Apple is planning to make this launch in the first half of 2021, it makes a lot of sense, but we also have to remember is that Apple pretty much has never really announced AirPods, or at least not the Pros, with an event. They just silently launched them, pretty much like they did with the iPad Pros as well, so we wonder if that also can happen. Let us know in the comments down below. Are you still waiting for a product that Apple has to launch? Is there anything that entices you? Because honestly, for me, it's just AirPower at this point. I know, that was a terrible joke. But anyways, let us know what you think in the comments. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram. And follow me on my personal handles to see me I don't know, still working election day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.